Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Who are you? It's Beer Drink, Drinking in the Dark, episode number 2. I know it's been a minute. A career drinker production. Holy shit. And holy shit. Oh gosh. I don't need a hat. Fuck it. I'm good. I just want to hear myself as I do it, because a lot of times people talk just to hear themselves. You know what I mean? People talk just to hear themselves. Sometimes people make up things just to hear voices come out of their mouth. Not necessarily their voice. That's why I said voices. But anyway, this is neither here nor there. This is episode number 2 of Drinking in the Dark podcast, a career drinker production. I'm going to start making myself more visible in the Atlanta craft beer scene, and you guys will see exactly what I'm about. But your humble leader's back. Your career drinker is back with a mess. Kids, don't drink and drive, okay? Could we stop drinking and driving? Don't drink and drive, kids. Drinking and driving is definitely a bad thing, and it's crazy because I actually had a conversation with a very good friend of mine, and she told me, she was like, everyone's done it. Yes, everyone has done it. And that's a true story, and truthfully, I'm not going to, it doesn't justify anything, because that's what she followed it up with saying. It's like, no, it doesn't justify anything, but everyone's done it, so you kind of got to kind of not be as judgmental. But I am going to be judgmental, because I look at it like this. There's a lot of craft beer podcasters out here that are doing craft beer podcasts, but then whenever something controversial comes up in the community, no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to cut a video on it. No one wants to post about it. No one wants to say anything about it. They just want to ramble behind the scenes in DMs and talk about shit. Kids, don't drink and drive. There's a guy out here with a very large following, or he had a very large following. He went by MIA Beer Brigade, aka Miami Beer Brigade. It was a dude named Jeffy or some shit like that. Albie, I think that was his name. And apparently he drank and drove, and it ended up being a fatal incident. And that it sucks. Real shit. To be totally honest, it sucks for both parties. However, I'm not going to look at his side of it, to be honest, because things like this are super touchy to talk about. And I guess that's the reason why a lot of you podcasters, a lot of you content creators don't want to talk about things like this, is because you're too scared. You don't want to really touch on the real topics. But the thing with this is, in the craft beer community, when you go to these events, whenever you go to festivals, or if you just go to a brewery and a brewery's having some type of event, it's very important that you kind of think and plan ahead. Like me, I'm notorious for it. My best friend in this always kind of calls me out saying, like, yo, why do you always like get a room whenever you do this, that, and the other? I'm like, because I do not drink and drive. Have I done it before? Yes, I have done it before. And never like smash mouth and just destroy it or anything like that. But like maybe you have like a little small buzz and all you got is a 30-minute drive, 20-minute drive. But even in that, it's still a possible jeopardize of someone else's life, and we have to be coherent of that. Kids, craft beer community, don't drink and drive. Like, I went to Sewanee Beer Festival maybe a little month and a half ago, and I got a room. And guess what I did with that room? I went back to that room, I Ubered to that room, went back, drank a little more, ate or Ubered to eat, went back to that room, slept for about 5 to 6 hours, and I checked out way earlier than I was supposed to. Why? Because it's not worth jeopardizing someone else's life, your future, your career, your job. I guess that's what you call passion. But I think I've driven this point all the way, you know what I'm saying, down. I won't trying to beat a dead horse. But yeah, man, if you are in the craft beer community, real shit. And truthfully, if you're a podcaster or if you do content for beer, why aren't you talking about things like this? You're dropping the ball, but guess what? I'll pick up the fumble. And guess where I'm running? To the end zone. You know why? Because touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't play touch, but I touch down. But anyway, it is what it is. Like I said, I ain't gonna keep talking about this fucking MIA Beer Brigade jerk off, because he's definitely a jerk off for doing that. And the whole thing that's crazy about it is the fact that after the fact of what he did, he hit a cyclist, and it was fatal. He went back the next day at a brewery, but put out a post saying, kind of almost a sympathy post saying, oh, imagine doing this, doing that, going here, closing down this brewery. For one, you're not closing down shit. You just went to a brewery and you stayed till they fucking closed the doors. Tried every stout and this, that, and the da, but and then drive over here and then do the Super Bowl party, whatever the fuck that means. Maybe he's talking about smoking weed, but I don't know, because I'm not a snitch. I'm not rat. But kind of coming back gloating and saying what his weekend was like after the fact of him doing that. And that was very insensitive to the family, and truthfully insensitive just to the fact of drinking and driving. And I don't know the guy. I don't know his character at all, but that was very insensitive, and to be totally honest, you get what the fuck you deserve, man. If you're out here going to breweries, going to events, going to festivals and shit like that, be very careful of what you do, because though you're having fun at the time, it won't be fun when you behind the line. It won't be fun when you're not out here. Like, imagine fucking up your entire life over a few beers and a few Instagram posts and looking cool to other motherfuckers that work a normal job, and they think that they're A to C to B to C to D celebrities themselves just from drinking a beer. They drink a beer really good. Holy shit, look at this. Watch this right here. It's beer drink. This, respect the brand, baby. Look. I'm something important. No, you're not. All you do is drink beer and post the shit to the internet. Fuck off. Real shit. It's a fun hobby, though. It's a fun hobby. It's a fun hobby, and it's a fun pastime. So I will give, look, I am your humble leader. So when I say I will give you, I will give you. I'll give you a little bit of leeway in tooting your own horn. And, you know what I'm saying? And giving yourself a little push. You know what I'm saying? A little, you know what I'm saying? Acting like you have a little more decorum than what you have. But at the end of the day, your brand is showing off actual brands. Your brand is showing off actual brands. So when you are so paranoid, and when you are so defensive and so huddling up your brand, you know what I'm saying? Just remember, what if breweries just stopped right then? Where your brand go? Is everybody going to continue pulling up to your account and liking things and reposting things because of you? No. Most craft beer creators are only big because of craft beer and the breweries. So a lot of you pussy ass motherfuckers and lame ass bitches need to get the fuck up off yourself. The fuck a net. But anyway, holy shit. Off MIA Beer Brigade, he's a bitch. Fuck him. I'm gonna drink a beer real quick, because that's what this whole podcast, or truthfully, that's not what this podcast is about. As I said, it's been maybe a month since the first one, but I'm right back like I left some. I had a couple roadblocks, a couple stumble stones, tumbleweeds fucking whipping in the way. I had to fucking whip the fucking whip out of the way to fucking go around them hoes, but I'm right back like I left some. I'm right back at that swingers party like I left my keys. I don't swing. Fuck that shit. But today, I'm drinking Scofflaw Brewing Company Sunshine Orange Sour. Get effing happy. Fuck negativity, because negative people suck. 5.7% alcohol by volume. It's a sour by Scofflaw Brewing Company. Shout out to Scofflaw Brewing Company. They only put out greatness. And I'm going to go ahead and just taste this bitch up. I actually bought it in a 6-pack, and this was the last one, so I thought, why not drink this one to kind of start off the podcast. I'm drinking it out of New Belgium collaboration with what they call beer royalty, the godfather of craft beer in Georgia. Like, everybody's on his dick. L. Sharpton of his Piano Keys, which is definitely a good stout. Collaboration with New Belgium Brewing Company. Shout out to L. Sharpton for the pack, for the box, and the Tiku glass that came with it, and all the other goodies that came with it. Shout out to you, L. Sharpton. Very much appreciated. And yeah, but this shit is good. I've already had it before, to be totally honest. It's a real sour beer. Like, most of the time whenever you get a sour, it's not that sour, but this one right here definitely packs the punch when it comes to sourtivity. Not needed. Instagram, everyone. See what I'm saying? Instagram is nothing more than a distraction from shit that you want to do. This video is clearly for YouTube, but I may make a shorter version for Instagram. But that's the thing, man. And look. This is kind of a life lesson that I'm going to teach you motherfuckers real quick. It's like, if there's something that you want to do, don't let any roadblock, don't let any tumbleweed, don't fucking accidentally run over the roadkill. You know what I'm saying? If you or truthfully, yeah, run over the roadkill, because it's already dead. It's already irrelevant, and this is not this is not being insensitive to animals. But if a possum is in the street and you whipping, you almost there to where you need to go, and then all of a sudden you see that possum, don't swerve off the road for a fucking possum, because it's roadkill. It's dead already. It ain't doing shit. You on the way to do something. Just roll right over that bitch. Try not to hit it with the tire, of course, but just try to have the tires line up and roll right over the possum. Okay? Just roll right over the possum. You know what I'm saying? Let nothing stop you. But that's what that Instagram alert was right there. And that's kind of funny. It is, that didn't make any sense. Holy shit. We got masks are back in Georgia. There's been a new mandate for masks if you are inside of anywhere. So now breweries are going right back. And I'm saying it again, like they left something as far as the pandemic. Masks are back here in Georgia. I said it, I'll say it again. This is one of the more sours that you're going to get. Sunshine, orange sour. And that's what it kind of tastes like. It tastes like orange juice, but it tastes like grapefruit juice. It's not as thick, definitely thin, bubble streaming up with like the salmon. It's super sour. Summer super sour series. Oh shit, my bad. I don't want to steal your brand. That's copywritten, huh? Copywritten, huh? Spitting all everywhere. It is what it is. But now this is definitely a delicious tasting beer. But one thing that I will say about it, and this is not a gripe, or it is, I guess, but it's not really a shit on to Scofflaw, because everything that they make is delicious. But this is just being real. You know how when you smell like dry dog food? Just being real. The aftertaste of this beer, like, reminds you of that smell that you get, or even like in your nose, from like dry dog food. And I don't know if that's what y'all going for, but that's just what it is. It's real. So right now, shout out to Scofflaw's sour dog food Berliner Weisse. But anyway, back to Instagram and these Instagram influencers, and I gotta give big air quotes for that. Instagram influencers, people that are so in tune to their brands, influencer culture, man. Like, that's the thing that we gotta get, or truthfully, fuck it. Hold on to it as long as you want, but just so you know, you're a fucking joke. Half of you are a fucking joke. Shit, some of you may think I'm a joke, but guess what? Don't care, because I don't really take the shit as serious as a lot of you do. But at the same time, a lot of you that take things so serious, and you have podcasts and you fucking walk around, you go to breweries and you're looking around to see who knows you and all this other bullshit, is fucking hilarious. When things come up, like the thing I talked about earlier, the MIA Beer Brigade thing, the rat magnet shit, I don't see none of you beer podcasters really talking about it. You know why? This is why you beer podcasters aren't talking about things that matter in your community. Because there's no gain from it. You know what I'm saying? There's no gain. There's no gain from giving your opinion on an MIA Beer Brigade. There's no gain from talking about a rat magnet, whether positive, which it should only be positive in what she did, or negative as far as like people just trying to jump on the bandwagon and trying to like railroad these fucking breweries for like any and every small little thing that they do. Like, it's the times that we're living in is very irritating, especially for a dude like me, man. Like, beer influencers and I'm not sure about the other influencers. The only other type of content creation that I could kind of even like tag myself to, combat sports, because I watch a lot of boxing, I watch a lot of MMA, and maybe tech, because I do a lot of fucking purchasing of hardware and gear as far as photography and videography. But the one thing that I've noticed as far as like craft beer content creators is like they love to bash the main thing that they love. You know what I'm saying? It could be the smallest thing. Like it could be a can design of a brewery in their city, or it wouldn't have to be in their city, just somewhere. They're gonna analyze that shit just to be the first person to say something negative about it, and then be the first person to shoot up a post, and then they all clamor towards it like little fucking worker ants and bitch about something that is absolutely nothing. And that's the problem that we have, truthfully, in society in general. But as far as all the genres of like content creation, I've noticed that the beer community is the worst at this shit. Real shit, the worst at this shit. There was a beer that I saw. Really, I didn't even see the beer. I saw the post, and it was a beer by some brewery. I'm not even gonna know the name, but I put the post up here. But it was a beer that I guess they named it OCD, whatever beer style, whatever, insert name. But and what they tried to say was like that they were so in depth and so meticulous as far as brewing the beer, and like everything had to be right, that they named the beer OCD. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's nothing. But I wouldn't have even known that the beer even existed if this fuckboy, if this little snowflake didn't post it up, or it could have been a female. You know what I'm saying? Posted it up like, maybe not name a beer over mental illness, da-da-da-da. How many times, I'll put it this way. I don't know how many times that I've been approached with at beer events, in life in general, with, damn, man, you OCD, you OCD, you OCD. Damn, you must be OCD. Because, like, I'll put it this way. Before I leave the house, I'm looking around, making sure that I don't forget anything, da-da-da-da, whatever. And when I'm leaving somewhere, I'm looking around, making sure. Like, when I'm leaving to go somewhere, I'm like, okay, I got this camera, I got this lens, okay, what I need this, what I need this, what I need. And I just kind of overthink it, okay? I haven't been diagnosed with OCD. However, if I were, I would not take offense to a beer being called OCD fucking sour saison, because it is in no way demeaning or making fun of or putting a negative light on people that actually are OCD. But your beer influencer, your little bitches, your little hoe boys want to make everything into a big deal just for a few likes, just for clout. And that's what you motherfuckers do. It's so irritating, but I understand. My thing is, attention is a hell of a drug. And I know what some of you gonna say, oh, well, you're doing a podcast about it. Guess what? No, I'm not doing a podcast for attention. I'm doing a podcast because I can. I've seen many a podcast that you guys do, and that shit ain't cutting it. That shit ain't cutting it. It's not cutting it. So, your humble leader thought, you know what? Turn on the lights. Turn on the mic. Let's get right to the things that y'all don't like, AKA the truth. And that's what I'm bringing here. Real shit. That's what I'm bringing here, man. I know I talked a lot of shit about this Scofflaw Sunshine Orange Sour, but it is good. 5.7% alcohol by volume. Real light. It does taste a little bit like dog food, real shit. As you drink it and then you exhale out of your nose, it tastes like dog food, real shit. And I'm sorry to say that, Scofflaw. This is the first beer, truthfully, on camera that I've ever had anything bad to say about. But definitely shout out to Scofflaw. They make nothing but fucking good shit. This one right here just wasn't for me. This is the 6th one out of a 6-pack. And it's getting drank, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, gonna get drank. But yeah. I kind of knocked out 2 topics in one with that last one. I had craft beer, Instagram influencer culture. Craft beer fans love bitching, and it's just true. Fans of craft beer love bitching. Like, imagine, but then I guess, no, it really doesn't go that way, because I'm a huge fan of boxing. And I'm a huge fan of MMA, but I don't like sit there and just wait for something to bitch about in the sport of boxing or in the sport of MMA. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to enjoy it. Most of the time, whenever you like doing something and you like doing something so much that you create content for it, You don't want to bust it down. You don't want to break it down. You don't want to burn it down. But craft beer, literally, I'll put it this way, the demise of craft beer, drinking local and all that shit, the demise of it will be from the very people that live and die for it. The very people that actually builded a brand, that builded a reputation, that builded something after making up a name. You know what? I got big tits. Happy Flop Tits 49, because I'm 49 years old. Those very people that wouldn't even be known of, that would probably have 62 followers, they're gonna be the same people that burned down the thing that made them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that that's fair. But then again, life isn't fair. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. But I just look at it as just pretty much as ignorance. You motherfuckers are ignorant as fuck. Real shit. Real shit. You motherfuckers are ignorant. And I understand. Like, clout, nowadays, we're in 2021. Clout is one hell of a drug. Real shit. Clout is one hell of a drug. Holy shit. All this drinking is making, all these pretzels are making me thirsty. This is literally the opposite of it. All this drinking is making me hungry. Whoa, shit. Strive Biltong snacks. I guess they doing beef better? Beef done better. Holy shit, I've had a few bags of these, and I eat these things while I'm at work, to be totally honest. It's a good snack, so you're not pulling over and eating greasy fast food, slimy fast food prepared by teenagers. Shout out to teenagers, nothing wrong with teenagers, however. I choose the latter, which is Strive Biltong snacks. This isn't just your normal beef jerky. This beef jerky packs a punch. Holy shit! I can smell it from here. This is the teriyaki edition. Look at the packaging, folks. Look at the packaging. I can smell it from here. Real shit. It smells delightful. Oh gosh. Look at this beef, this meats. 16 grams of protein per serving. I'm not sure how many servings is one pack, but I will say, when I'm eating these during work, a quarter pack is good for about 3 hours of not being hungry. No cap. Strive Biltong. Built on hunger. Fucking delicious. Real shit. Oh, man. This bitch is good as fuck. It's good like that bite. We get that jaw. We get them jaw gains. That's the reason why I have this jawline. I got this jawline. Shout out to Strive. If you would like to get, definitely go to strive.com or just Google them. Strive, S-T-R-Y-V-E, and get your very own package of Strive Biltong jerky. This isn't regular jerky. Way more flavor. It coats your stomach. It's like it's supposed to be coated. This is nearing the end of the podcast. Real shit. And that's my thing. I don't have a certain type of format to where I have to go an hour and a half or anything like that. If I have something to say, I'll say it. And I think I said everything that I need to say within the first 15 to 20 minutes of this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and end this thing off with a new brewery that I went to maybe 3 times within the past month and a half. I went with my best friend. I went with one girl and I went with another girl. But Blue Tarp Brewing Company in Tucker, Georgia. This is a beer that they brewed, kind of a limited edition. I don't think that it's always around, but this is called Blood Moon. It's a wheat ale brewed with bergamot hops and beets. So I already know that this thing is gonna, and when I say beets, this isn't the type of beets that you get if you run up on me on that bullshit. Not those type of beets. We talking about the vegetable. So I'm pretty sure when I pour this bitch, it's gonna be super red. If you run up on me talking that goofy shit, we're gonna have a very similar situation. You're gonna get them beats and you're gonna see super red. Real shit, let's go ahead and get into this. Yep, super red beer right here. Holy shit. And it's brewed with beets. And truthfully, it's definitely beet red. Real shit, it's beet red. This looks like the blood, this is like the blood that leaks from the dome. Anyway, it is what it is. First and foremost, I gotta thank any and every one of you that made it to this point in the podcast. I'm just having fun. I'm back like I left some. I've said that now maybe third or fourth time in this entire video. But yeah, I'm back. And I'm back to fluidity. I'm back to being more on a schedule. One episode a week from this episode onward. We're going to do one episode a week. I don't give a fuck if the podcast episode is 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, however long this bitch is. We're bringing the content because you need it. Everyone wants to be a craft beer content creator. Everyone wants to be a podcaster, but you don't want to talk about the issues. Guess what? Grab your tissues, bitches, because I'm here to talk my shit. Look at how red this bitch is. I don't know if you can see it. Get out for me. Just look at that. Golly. You probably can't see that, but it is what it is. This is a very peculiar tasting beer. Real shit. It's super red, purplish. Almost damn glowing in the dark. It's glowing in the dark as we drink in the dark. Bubbles streaming upward like the salmon, but now them salmon bubbles have gotten the fuck out of here. Not bad tasting at all, but super kind of like, it's flat is what I like to say. It's been in the fridge for about 2 weeks, but it doesn't taste bad at all. Only 5% alcohol in this. The blood moon is risen and brings with it a stiff breeze through the citrus groves. A sacrifice must be made to moon goddess. To the moon goddess. Maybe she will be fooled by this bloodless offering. Many beets were harmed in the making of this beer. Cheers. 30 IBUs, 1 pint, 5% alcohol by volume, brewed and canned by Untappd Brewing Company out there in Tucker, Georgia. If you need to get there, so grab your own can, because I'm not sure if this is in like mass production. Not sure if you could pick it up at a bottle shop. 2316 Main Street, STEK, not sure what that means, Tucker, Georgia, 30084. Definitely go by Untappd. The people out there are super cool, real shit. The main brewer, he's always there. Last time I was there, the person I was with just kept getting samples. Kind of embarrassed me. No, it wasn't embarrassing. But I understand, you know what I'm saying? Just kept getting samples, but then they finally found that one that they really like. But they're not a beer drinker, you know what I'm saying? So it was understandable, but definitely a lot of what do you call that word? Damn, I think I've drank a little bit too much. A lot of fuck. They were very lenient. They were very fuck. I just popped the word up. As far as damn it, it is what it is. Shout out Untappd, shout out Tucker in general as far as their breweries around there. Shout out Tucker Brewing. Like a lot of breweries in Georgia as well as around the U.S. have been getting a lot of flack for a bunch of bullshit. And if you are a beer drinker and if you are a fan of it, and truthfully, if you are using breweries as a way to boost a brand and boost yourself and get followers and this, that, and the other, instead of trying to knock them down and put them under a microscope and shit on them for every little small thing that you could like pull out of your asshole for likes, for clout, you're about drinking local. Why don't you be behind them locally? If wrongs are done, definitely rally behind the negative that happened to a certain person, but always look at both sides of the coin, Because a lot of times, one thing could happen. There could be one bad thing that happens, and it'll bring a lot of bullshit out of the woodworks. And people cap a lot. And I don't even use the word cap because I'm 30-something years old. But I said it before and I'll say it again. Clout is one hell of a drug. We got Nick Diaz coming back, fighting Robbie Lawler soon. And I can't wait for that. You already know who I'm rolling with, Nick Diaz all day and day. #1 Nick Diaz fan. Shout out, rest in peace. In the Weeds. What else did I have? That was about it. If you're a connoisseur of craft beer, cool, drink it. But if you take yourself too seriously, trust me. If you felt that you were bombarded then, I could show you bombarded. I'm black, and I drink beer too. It's beer drink. And the last words that I say for this episode too is, who are you?